This game was on sale. Now this is an inside out cover, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. Haven't really had a lot of experience with the Dragon Quest. I played Dragon Quest 7, 8 now, and I got 1 and 2. It's in the same container. I want to review it, want to go over it. I'm just going to include 1 and 2 both on the same review because they're very similar. There is some differences, and I'll talk about that in a second. The first thing I wanted to mention was the graphics. The graphics, if you like old style, pixelated, sprite-based graphics, this is going to be way up your alley. It's incredible. I do think that the second one's a little bit better. On the second one, they learned all their new tool set, and they really made the second one look good. Not that the first one doesn't, but you can definitely see a little bit of a difference between the first and the second. Now, I wanted to talk about gameplay because I think that's why most people are here. And this game can be difficult, but I'm going to talk about everything that I found. There's very little cons whatsoever. The controls are really good. Controls are really responsive. I do like how you can use the digital directional pad. That does help in quite a few different spots. I also like that there's lots of random encounters, which is something that I don't normally like, but the battle system in this game is so much better than most battle systems that I was actually kind of having fun with the random encounters, which is very, very new to me. I never liked it. And I kind of started thinking, I know the Japanese market definitely likes Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior way better than Final Fantasy. I can see why now. I like it better too. Difficulty, as we're speaking about this, ramps up significantly towards the end of the game. So if you don't have a high enough level on your characters, you are going to get destroyed at the end of the game. So keep that in mind. Probably go through as many random encounters as you possibly can. Get your level as high as it possibly can go, because if you don't, man, the end of the game, I just don't know if you're even going to be able to make it. You'll probably just have to go grind for a while, and that's not very fun. So if you can add that grind into, like, there's a function in this game where you can zoom to different towns or use a chimera wing to different towns. I started not using that and just walking my characters to the town to have those random encounters, and my level increased just by doing that. Both have a lot of assorted enemies. I do like the fact that they kind of use the same enemy base, and then they change the color, so there's a little bit of variation as the game goes on. Both have very clear objectives as to what you need to do and how to get there, and I love that, because if you played any of the old games, especially from the Nintendo days, regular Nintendo days, NES days, you practically had to keep a notebook of your own just to kind of know what was going on in the game. There was no help whatsoever. So it is kind of nice to have that quality of life addition. The other thing I wanted to talk about with difficulty is there's 3 different difficulty settings. There's Draki, Dragon Quest, Draconia. Both, all of it's going to give you a wide range of options depending on how hard or how easy you want the game to be. This is something, I'm not trying to have my game any harder than life, so I tend to kind of play on the easier levels, but it is fun sometimes to go on the harder levels and see. The main difference of this game is the fact that you only play as one party member, the main protagonist, in the first game. I was not expecting this at all. This was new to me. There's a couple of things that make you not realize that this is going to happen, but I was halfway through the game and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is just, it's just me in this game. And it was. I didn't hate it, but I do think in the original game, from what I've read in the first Dragon Warrior, it was a 1-to-1. So like the protagonist only fought one enemy at a time, and that did not play out in this game. And I kind of wish they would have left that the same if that is the case for the first game. If it's not, then what can you do? Then came the second game, and you've got 4 people in your party. And it felt like it flowed a little bit better to me, and it just flowed better. And then the main con that I have of this game is some of the dungeons towards the end of the game get way too, I don't know if long or just convoluted or trickery. I don't know. I feel like they dragged them on a little too long, but that was kind of common back in the day, I feel like, with some of the games. So if you like that, then you'll really like this. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the character development and the non-playable characters. because it's one of the most memorable older games that I've ever played. And now I kind of wish I would have played it back in the day if it was this good. Like even in Dragon Quest 1 Remake, even with a single party member, you felt so involved with the game and it flowed so well. I definitely say that Dragon Quest 1 is worth a shot. Dragon Quest 2, I think, was one of the best stories I've ever played in any era of gaming that has been existed to this date. The characters all have a story. The characters all have personalities. The characters all work with each other. There's only 4 characters, which I really like. I hate some of these games which have like 32 different characters that you got to pull from. I don't like that. There was only 4 characters. There was no real job systems, which I also like. The job system really just annoys the hell out of me. I liked everything about this game. The non-playable characters had personality. Everything about this game had personality. There was a reason to be playing this game. And it went really well along with the fact that it kind of allowed you to, it directed you in the game in a way, and so did the first one, so you didn't feel so isolated. It was really nice. I really highly recommend this game, but I do have to say there is one con to this game, and luckily you can turn it off. The music in Dragon Quest 1 is acceptable. The music in Dragon Quest 2 I just could not stand, and I turned off altogether. That's it. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.